Off the bench with Rasi Sports.
Hello and welcome back to episode 20 of the Off the Bench with Rasi Sports podcast, where we bring you real stories, real journeys, and real insights from the people shaping the game both on and off the court. I'm your host, Coach Ronald Brown. Also here with Coach Ron Brown. How you doing?
All right.
Also here with Coach Keem. How you doing?
All right.
How
We
you doing,
good,
man?
brother. We good.
How's it going, man?
Right. Today's conversation is centered around development, discipline, and the purpose. From humble beginnings in basketball to competing at the collegiate level and now pouring into the next generation. This is a story that reflects what the game can truly give back if approached the right way. If you're a player chasing the next level, a parent trying to support the journey, or someone passionate about the game, this is a conversation you will want to lock in. Today, we are here with a very special guest, Coach Chris Brown Sr., University of West Florida alumni, and one of the best trainers and coaches in grassroots basketball in Florida today. How you doing?
Good. Thanks for having me.
Sir, welcome.
Welcome.
Okay,
Right.
so we're just gonna jump right in here. So Coach Chris, take us back to the beginning. How did basketball first enter your life?
I grew up in, Columbia, South Carolina, ironically, which is crazy. I was born here in Orlando, but I grew up in Columbia, South Carolina, man. And, up in the projects, and it's called Henley Homes, used to be across the street from USC. And, from the very moment that I can remember anything being young, I've always either play basketball, football, or baseball. And, Coach Brown, we came during a time that you played all three sports. You didn't just specialize.
Right.
You know what I mean? I played every sport, man. And what got me really hooked on the basketball, honestly, though, I played football. I went out for the middle school team for football, and I got hit hard as shit. Excuse my language.
You good.
Coming out of the backfield playing running back, and I got hit hard, and I was like, yo, this ain't for me. This ain't it. And they be stank. So I was like, yo, they stink, and I'm getting hit hard. Nah, I'm not doing this no more. I'm gonna stick to basketball. So just from the day I remember, man, I've always been on that court, man, because we had like this little street court, man. It's like a big circle gate around the court, and you had to walk up 13 concrete steps to get to my house or to my apartment. And my mom always knew where I was because she can just yell out the window. And my nickname is Boss Hog at home. So she'll yell my name, and she just know that I'm right there on the street court right there, because you can walk straight down those 13 steps across the street and you're on the basketball court. So that's what I remember, man. And when it was days that I could stay out the door late, when them street lights come on, she knew that I would just be out there on the court right there downstairs. And it really shaped, my thoughts on the world and how much I really wanted to be involved and continue to play basketball. So yeah, it started back then, man. Since I just from when I can remember, man, I've always had a ball in my hand.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Oh yeah.
So what was it about the game that made you fall in love with it early on?
The competition, competing, and honestly, man, Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? It's crazy,
Nice.
man. I thought I was gonna be 6'6". You know what I mean? I remember the commercial used to come on, fellas, and it's I wanna be like Mike. And when he used to come on, I used to sit in front of the TV like with tears in my eyes, like I really want to be like Michael Jordan. And I could have sworn I was gonna be 6'6". I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna play shooting guard and I'm gonna be 6'6". And so you realize, like, shit, your dad ain't have the genes, nor did your mom have the genes to be 6'6". So
6'6".
yeah, but it was just that, man. I started watching when the Bulls went on their run, man, in the '90s, early '90s. I was just inspired by watching him, man. And I became a North Carolina fan off of watching him. So it was Michael Jordan, man. I wouldn't even lie to you.
So
Okay.
he was in everybody home, brother, especially our
Oh
age
my
group.
gosh, man.
Shoot.
It was unbelievable. When it used to come on in Columbia and on WGN, it used to be channel 13.
Right.
So I used to watch every game. Didn't miss a game, man. I don't care who they playing. They winning big. I'm watching. So Michael Jordan was it, man. And honestly, I don't even have an NBA team since he retired. I don't have an NBA team that I just like, yo, this is my favorite NBA team.
Right.
Ever
I
since he
hear you.
retires, like, I don't have a favorite team. So yeah, it was Michael Jordan.
You got a LeBron jersey though, right? No.
No.
Yeah, that's a youngin right there, man. So he already know that LeBron thing.
Yeah, like my Kel, when he was young, we got him the number 6 jersey when Braun played in Miami, and that was it, man. Mikel's a big LeBron guy growing up. You know, LeBron obviously was the one on TV, and everybody was idolizing at the time when they were coming up. But I always told him though, he knows who the GOAT is. He knows that ain't no, it's not a debate. We don't have those debate here. The whole house knows. I mean, hey, look, you don't believe it? Go watch The Last Dance. You know what it is.
Got you.
Yeah.
Facts.
All right, coach. So, at what point did you realize basketball could be more than just a hobby for you?
You know, man, when you growing up in the projects, it's so tough. Like, you know, in our environment, they don't give us or show us anybody else that's successful other than sports figures,
Yeah.
right? So you feel like this is your only way out. Like we had this place called the Hill. So where I lived at in my projects, you got to go down the hill. You got to come down the street, down the hill to get to the basketball court. Up the hill is where all the drug dealers were. So anytime that they seen me go up there, it was always, hey, boss, take your ass back down the hill and I bet not catch you up here.
Facts.
So the dope boys and all of them, when they see me growing up, it was always, you're going to be the one that's going to make it out. I've never smoked or drank still to this point in my life, never sold drugs. So they always made sure, hey, listen, dude, you're going to be the one that make it out. And we ain't going to allow you to get to the point of where we at. So anything you need, anything that's going on, if you feel like you need clothes or shoes, hey, just call me or come get some money from me type stuff. So I knew then, man, early on in middle school that I was one of those guys that was going to make it out, and I had this is the sport that I really chose, and this was going to be my way out to show the youth and the others around me that this is how we're going to get out of here. So basketball just became it because I didn't see anybody else that was successful outside of it. It was always drugs. It was drugs. It was drugs. I mean, they tore down our neighborhood in my 9th grade year because of the drugs and the killing and all of that was going on there.
Wow.
So, yeah, and I mean, but the dudes just, man, from that, since 7th grade, hey, look, you're going to make it out. If I catch you up here, they used to tell me I'm going to whip your ass. And I'm like, all right, man, I ain't never coming up there. So it was then, it's like middle school, man.
That's what's up.
Got you. All right, so this next question, I'm gonna hop into your college experience. So I see you played at the University of West Florida. How was that experience like for you?
So I played. So when me being a knucklehead, and you know, I had to go to junior college first, right? So I had to go to junior college first, and going before I went to junior college, me not knowing back then. Think about if this was now, I'd have been at a mid to high major school.
Right.
But I remember taking a visit with my pops to College of Charleston. And Coach Heron was at the time was the coach at College of Charleston, man. They wanted me really bad. And in my head, fellas, I'm like, man, I ain't going to no College of Charleston, man. You know what I mean? I'm better than that, right? But I'm not realizing that, dude, the most important thing to being able to get there is your grades.
Your grades.
Right.
So I remember taking a visit there because South Carolina was recruiting me heavy. And he came in the office and he's grabbing my shoulders. And he goes, oh yeah, give me a 2.5 and I get you in. And my dad goes, son, I'm telling you, I told you, just get a 2.5. In the back of my head, I'm like, shit, Pop, I ain't got no motherfucker. I ain't got no 2.5. This ain't gonna work out. That's when it came a thing of someone came to me like, man, you need to start looking at junior college. And at the time, it was chase girls and play basketball. That was my thing. All I did was chase girls and play basketball.
Right.
And Tallahassee Community College came in and South Plains Community College. South Plains is in Texas. Tallahassee Community College is 7 hours away, Tallahassee.
Right.
One of my former AAU teammates is at Tallahassee Community College. So I'm like, oh shit, I'm going there. But at the time, my cousin had just went to South Plains, who was number 2. They were number 2 in junior college rankings. I'm like, man, that's 28-hour drive. I'm not thinking about a flight, man. That's a 28-hour drive. Man, I'm going to TCC because Marcus Hatton and now Mikel's uncle, we call him his uncle, but it's like his godfather, Boosie Thornton, had went there. And, you know, Boosie Thornton played at St. John's. And they came in, when TCC came in, they showed me I think it was Slam, or they showed me the Slam magazine with Marcus Hatton on the front. And he had went to St. John's. So I was like, oh, I'm going there. They want me, I'm going there. They brought me in on a visit, Ron. And you mind you, in Tallahassee, you got FAMU, you got Florida State, and you got TCC. When they brought me on the visit in spring around this time, They took me to FAMU campus and they took me to the intramural game. And
Right.
that joint rocking like it's back in the hood. I'm like, yo, they got DJs in there. The stands is packed for an intramural game.
You know what I mean? Right.
Like, oh, yeah, I'm coming here. Because they took
Selling you
me
the dream.
Oh, so in fam, they got this thing, they got the phases. They took me to the girls' dorms, where there's nothing but girls stay in that dorm. I was like, oh yeah, I'm signing here. I'm going here. So I ended up going to TCC, man. Started my freshman year. I was the fourth leading scorer, first leading scorer as a freshman there. But we had 3 sophomores that all went Division I. I led the team in 3-point shooting. Came back my sophomore year, I was the leading returning scorer. And I had a 3.0, fellas, going into my sophomore year.
It's good.
Now, College of Charleston, Winthrop, which they all tried to get me to come back early. College of Charleston, Winthrop, Ball State, Arkansas, Little Rock, all of them wanted me to take preseason visits because they like, we want to sign you early. We want to get this done early. So these are all mid-major schools. My coach at the time said, Chris, I think it's best you wait because you're going to get better offers later.
Right.
Unbeknown to him, Ron, I ain't going to class. I missed
Right.
the first 2 weeks of class my sophomore year because I was chasing tail.
Right.
So when in JUCO, you got to have an AA to go to a high major school, go to a major 4-year school.
You do.
Guys, I failed 4 to 5 classes in the first semester. Only reason why I was eligible for the second semester because I took so many classes during the summer that helped my GPA in that time.
That kept your GPA up.
Yep. So now my trajectory is you got to go Division II.
Right.
Because you only could take but so many hours during the summer to fill that they go to the Division I. So I ended up having to go to Division II. My current wife now, not current, but my wife, that's my lady that was my lady then, she's my wife now, which kind of leads the story, fellas. She got pregnant going into my junior year with Mikel Brown Jr.
Wow. Wow.
And she was supposed to go to South Carolina for volleyball. She played 2 years of junior college ball at St. Petersburg Community College.
Gotcha.
We're both I ended up signing to USC Aiken, University of South Carolina, Aiken.
Okay.
We're pregnant with Mikel my junior year. We had Mikel going into my senior year of college.
Right.
Right. So I ended up sitting out a year and came back and I just worked. So when Mikel was born, I came back and just worked.
Right.
I worked a whole year. Then I went to school at West Florida because I knew I didn't want to leave and go to school outside of Florida or near him.
Right.
Mikel lived in the dorms and was coming to practice with me and going to class with me while I was a senior in college.
Oh, wow.
So I used to have Mikel in the little car seat. And this when YouTube first got on the phones. I used to put a YouTube and Mickey Mouse Clubhouse on while he was in class with me or at basketball practice.
Wow.
So he lived in the dorms half the time with me and went back with the wife the other time in Tallahassee because she had to enroll. She enrolled at Florida State.
Wow.
My wife is from Tallahassee.
Okay.
So Mikel was born in Tallahassee. He'll come stay with me in the dorms and then he'll go stay with her sometimes. So basically the dude was like a best friend, like a little brother.
Right.
Because now I'm growing up learning what it takes to be a man, and now here come this little dude watching me go through that process. Watching me go through that process. So when I know I've gone long, but that's how I ended up at West Florida. That's how I ended at West Florida.
Got you.
It was because I wanted to stay in Florida. West Florida was 3 hours from Tallahassee.
Right.
Which is crazy now, fellas. West Florida just turned Division I now.
They are. Yep. They sure did.
Yeah, Division I. And the football team is good. My senior year, started the project of getting a football team at West Florida. They didn't have a football team when I was there. But we started the process of getting them a football team. So all the research, the money and all of that, because my major was sports management.
Okay.
So we started the breaking of everything. Hey, this is how much it's going to cost. Just doing the research and all that, the preliminary stuff of getting a football team there. So we started at my senior year.
Got you.
So that's how I got at West Florida, man, and which was a great experience, man. And what's crazy is, man, playing basketball became the second love once that kid was born. It was like, man, I don't give a shit about this. I just got to finish strong.
Finish.
I don't want to be nowhere where he's not. So that's how it started, though. That's how I finished at West Florida.
Oh, that's what's up, man. I mean, shoot, who knew? You know what I mean? We thought
Yeah,
I
for
immigrants, we
sure.
like West, but
West
hey,
Florida,
man,
man.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. All
yeah.
right.
If I had the grades, I would have just walked on at Florida State. So the crazy thing is, Tony Douglas was at Florida State.
Right.
Isaiah Swan, the head coach at SMU right now,
Right.
Coach Enfield.
Mhm.
I used to go over there and play pickup all the time. And he used to come to me out the pickup, be like, "Yeah, you can play here at Florida State." Because I used to always have Kel with me. And he's like, "The only thing is we don't have scholarships. Would you
Mm.
mind walking on?" In my head, I knew with the walk-on spot, you're not playing that much. But I was thinking in my head, like, man, I can bust these dudes' ass and they probably give me
Right.
a
And
chance
get
to play.
there.
But it's
Right.
different when you got 1 year. You know
Right.
what I mean? And when we started doing the process on my grades, they was like, "Man, you still don't qualify to get into a high major school." I had to go
Wow.
back revision too.
Mm.
Because I
Right.
definitely would have did the walk-on process at Florida State just to stay in Tallahassee with family.
Mm.
And I knew what I was doing to them dudes when we played pickup and I played against them dudes. It was just like, oh man, this dude is no, I'm not missing a beat with him. You know
Right.
what I mean? So that was the time Luke Louts was coming in 2 years later. But Isaiah Swan, Tony Douglas, Ralph Mims, Jason Rich, all them dudes was there at the time.
That's what's up. That's
Yep.
definitely what's up, man.
Yeah, man.
All right. So, looking back on your playing days, what lessons from your college journey still stick with you today when you were actually on the court?
The lesson that sticks to me more than anything is
Mm.
understanding you don't have time to think you have time.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Most of us think, man, I figure it out next year. I do more later. Like I wish when I turned 25, I realized like, damn, I never knew how to work out. I didn't understand how to work out. I didn't understand you got to get extra shots up. I didn't understand you had to do the extra running. I didn't understand you had to do the extra ball hand. I didn't understand you need to watch film. I didn't understand those things. I played off just pure talent. Just okay, understanding the game, just natural feel. The lesson that I took from that is one, the work ethic. Two, you don't have time. And that's mainly the reason. And that I really push my boys and I'm on my boys so hard is letting them know the work ethic and you don't have time to be sitting around is the most important thing when you're talking about playing this game. More specifically today, fellas, because the game is so specialized now.
It sure is. And it's crazy because that you say that because I mean, I was more on the football side when I was younger, but gravitated to basketball, of course. But we took things a little for granted back then. You know what I mean? We didn't put that extra work in. You know what I mean? Like
We
we
did,
wanted to
bro.
have fun. You know what I'm
Yep,
saying?
we
And
did, man.
man, yeah, I just wish I'd have known then what I know now. Let me tell you.
I didn't lift. I didn't really lift. I didn't really get
Hmm.
shots up. I didn't do no extra running. I was riding with Kel the other day. I was like, I remember in high school, my high school coach, Coach Jermaine O'Neal in high school,
Okay.
right? And his rule was in preseason, you either play football or you run cross country.
Right.
When the basketball season ends, you either run track or you play baseball.
Right.
And see, I used to duck and dodge all of that. And I was sitting in the truck with him the other day, roaring no BS, fellas. And I was like, son, I wish I would have done it.
Yeah.
I wish, and we all know, like you look back, hindsight is 2020. Hindsight is 2020, and you're like, man, I shoulda, coulda, woulda. But you don't realize how much I ran track for two. I went to two meets and I watched my speed change. Cause they used to
Yeah.
scrap, they used to put these tires, they used to scrap this rope around my waist and put these tires and make me run with like 3 tires behind me. And it
Right.
changed my speed immediately. And I'm like, oh, I'm good now. I'm good. That's all I needed. And I
Yeah.
just never really put in the work. It wasn't like Ron, I was going to the gym, put up shots. I was just chasing tail.
Yeah. Hey, that's what we did back then, man. I mean,
Man,
you know,
man. And that's what it was at Tallahassee.
yeah,
Tallahassee is
it's
not,
not much to do. Play ball
it's
and just chill.
Tallahassee is not for the weak.
Not for
Nah.
the weak.
It's
Not
not,
for the
we
weak.
know it's not for the weak.
Right,
Look,
right.
most Tallahassee people are not natives of Tallahassee. They're people that moved there and got stuck there because the lifestyle of Tallahassee and the amount of women there would grab your ass and you won't be
Say
able to
no.
leave. I said, Kel, they offered you, but you can't go to Florida State.
They're not going to Florida State. That's a
You're not
no-no.
going to Florida State. No, you're not doing it. It's a 14-1 ratio.
Wow. Yeah, yeah.
Like when I went to Tallahassee and them 2 years there, it's like going from living with your mom and now you got all this space and all this time to yourself. And you got your own apartment? Dude, we didn't live in dorms at TCC. We lived in our own apartments.
Right.
Man, you talking about them coming through and running through there. It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
I said, it's a kid that's going to Tallahassee now, and every time I see him, I'd be like, hey, young fella, hey, man, have some fun. But boy, them 4 years will skip you so quick because you're having too much fun there. Too
That's
many
right.
women. So that was my thing. I've never smoked or drank, but that was my issue. Tallahassee was just rough. It was
Yeah.
rough.
Yeah.
It was rough, man.
Yeah.
So those are the lessons I take, man. Like, and understanding the girls is gonna be there. More gonna be there later if you do what you're supposed to do.
Right in the parties. They always gonna be around. They ain't
They're
going
gonna
nowhere.
be there, man. They're gonna be there. They're
Yo.
gonna be there for sure.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
All right. So we're gonna get here to our third segment here. Transition to training and mentorship. What inspired you to transition from playing into training and mentoring young athletes?
I got a question, man. The Zoom ain't gonna end no time soon, right?
Nah. Wow, what you got,
Okay,
brother?
all right.
What you
So
got?
we finna dive in. This is a
Let's
long one. This
dive
is a
in,
good
brother. Let's
window.
get it. Let's go.
If you know the story. So when I finished at West Florida, man, my thing was like I told you, I never wanted to not be around Kel once he was born, but I wanted to continue to play basketball. So
Right.
my first year after my senior year, I didn't get overseas. I told y'all Boosie Thornton is like his uncle, man, God dad uncle. But he's like man, dude means so much to me, man. I really words can really express it. He was playing over in EuroLeague. Boosie was playing in Turkey for Efes Pilsen when I came
Okay.
out. He played for Barcelona, Siena. He played for all those dudes. Boosie scored 40 on Duke, hit the game-winning shot against Duke when he
Mm-hmm.
played for St. John's, was the leading scorer when he played with Ron Artest.
Yep.
So Boo was always inspiring to me. So I remember when I was done, man, he was like, son, what you gonna do? I'm like, son, I want to get overseas. So I worked hard trying to get over. Didn't get over my first year. I actually drove a cab during the time when I first came out. I drove a cab. Was embarrassed to do it at first. But once I realized how fun it was and how much you control your own time in
Right.
Tallahassee, just picking up college students, I'm like, shit, this is the shit now. I'm
Right.
dressing up, driving a cab. I'm going out 4 days a week, making good money. So the next year, Boo said, here's how we're gonna get you overseas. You're gonna come stay with me and you're gonna go try out for teams. I'm gonna try out for this team called Bay Coast, which was a second division team on the Asian side of Turkey. So
Okay.
in Istanbul, there's a river, there's a lake river that divides Istanbul into the European side, which that's where everybody work at, but mostly everybody live on the Asian side of Turkey,
Right.
which is in Istanbul. So I went and played for this. I went and tried out for this team called Beykoz, and they was like, "Oh, yo, we want you." So it was a Division II team. Boosie playing for Efes in the same city. I was living with him at the time. They had to do their preseason in Italy. He said,
Okay.
son, don't make no moves or make no decisions outside of playing for Beykoz without me being here and you talking to me. So I'm playing for Beykoz at the time. I got an agent named Iska. She's in Germany. She called me 3 days after me being with Beykoz and say, hey, I got a Division I team in Romania, Craiova. And she said, we got a business class ticket for you. You got to fly there tomorrow.
Wow.
So now Maya Boosie is in the mountains of Italy. And I remember him telling me, don't take this job without me looking up the team first. I'm like, I can't pass this opportunity up. It's Division I. It's more money. Man, I got to go. Caught my business class flight. First time I ever had salmon in my life, fellas, in this business
Right.
class. So they come out and ask you what you want in this business class flight. I'm like, oh, this is pretty good. I landed in Romania. They picked me up, and it's a 2-hour drive from the airport to Craiova. Now, mind
Right.
you, Craiova looked like it's back here in the States in the hood. I'm like,
Really?
yo, this shit rough. Yeah, this is rough. So the moment I get there, they take me in the room. They take me in the gym. I meet the president. I meet the GM. They shake my hand. And the first thing, because he's a Serbian coach, okay, you got your shoes? You got your shoes? I'm like, yeah, I got my shoes. He goes, okay, we finna practice right now. Went straight into practice off the flight for 2 hours and a 2-hour drive.
Wow.
Went straight to practice. But I'm in shape. And guys, I wish I can get back in that damn type of shape I was in. Oh my gosh. Man, me and the wife will have another kid as she see my abs again.
Right.
So I get in there, I'm getting to it. I'm really getting to it. I'm feeling great. And I can tell he's really liking me. He come in, We're playing up and down. He stopped and he put in this play called horns. I remember it vividly. Put in this play called horns. I got an option to come off the right for a ball screen or go off the left for a ball screen. Fellas, I go better left. I go off the left. The big jump out hard, I split. When I split, I twist my ankle.
Oh, wow.
Remember when Kobe first started wearing them low-cut shoes?
Yeah.
And the Harachis. Remember, he used to wear Harachis first. And they made the Harachis low cut.
Yeah.
I had those on. Twist my ankle. I knew when I twist my ankle, fellas, I still deal with that same ankle to this day that I was really jacked up. My right ankle's still bigger than my left ankle. Wow. So he came over, he looked at it. I'm like, yo, my ankle's really fucked up. I'm standing in my head. And he's like, he looked at me. He's like, you okay? You okay? Get up. Come on, Chris. Come on, Chris. I tied my shoe tight and kept pushing through it. Mind you, we would play 20 minutes straight, Ron, and we'll run 20 lines. He was trying to make someone quit. But this is me, man. I got my lady at home, and mind you, she pregnant again.
Wow.
So I got my lady at home. I got Mikel at home.
Right.
So when I'm thinking about that, I'm pushing through that, man. Finish. I can tell they like me. But now it's time to go home. When I get home, nobody helped me to get home. I got a bad ankle. I had to walk all the way to the apartment they had us living at. I don't know nobody on the team. These dudes already been in practice 2-3 weeks together. Them dudes are all cool.
Right. They know each other.
They don't know me. And mind you, I'm a talkative dude. I'm a point guard that talk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
New York, I mean, not New York, but United States type guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? You, as a point guard, you got to be very vocal. I get to my room, it's time to take a shower, fellas. And this was the turning point that I realized how spoiled we are in America. There's no shower curtain. You turn the water on, the water got to smell to it. I need the TV to go to sleep, fellas. I don't sleep if I don't have the TV on at first. I got to get really sleepy before the TV go off. I don't know what the fuck is on the TV because it's in another language. I can't get in contact with the wife. It's late here. The wife is asleep. And when I walk in my room, it's just a bed and sheets. Mind you, back then, it was only Skype, fellas. It wasn't no FaceTime.
Yeah, I remember that.
And the room, the window in the room got bars on it, as if you were in jail.
Yeah, like you're in prison.
So I'm jacked up. My ankle is throbbing that bad because I didn't take any ibuprofen or anything. And I'm telling you, I knew I was messed up. So the next morning I wake up, it's a balloon.
Yeah.
All right, we got 2 practices. You got an 8 in the morning, you got 5 at night. Get to the 10 in the morning, 5 at night, because the women's team practiced before us. Get to the gym, they see my ankle, they see I can't go. But you can see coach is pissed off. We don't pay this money for you to get over here. We don't pay for this flight. We don't heard all this great stuff about you. You look good. We want to see you again. Because they had another point guard there on the tryout. Mind you, he works for Adidas right now too as well, fellas. It's funny when he see me, he act like he don't know me. But he works for Adidas now. So I didn't practice the next one. We go to lunch. The assistant coach, who was super cool when he picked me up, they ain't trapped. They not picking me up. I'm walking on this limp ankle. Them dudes are acting like they don't care. And I'm talking to one of the players and we joking. He's like, for a little guy, you sure got a lot of mouth. You sure do talk a lot. I'm like, damn, where the fuck that come from?
Right.
So we get back to the next practice at night. I look to my right. The big fella that's on my team, Terrell Blair, he played at Boston College and he played at the same high school my wife played at.
Really?
This is what's great about the story. It's nothing but the Most High. He came and tapped me on my shoulder. He said, you see that white dude down there? I said, yeah. He said, they just brought him in on a train from Serbia. If you don't practice today, even though your ankle messed up, he got your job. So
Really?
Ron,
Like that?
yeah, I go, Ron, I'm like, but I'm hurt. He's like, dude, them dudes don't care about you being hurt. Man, Ron, I said, all right. I laced my shoes up and I got out there. This is the first time that I ever seen people snaking the ball screen. That Serbian point guards are the most cerebral point guards I've ever played against. That dude was snaking that ball screen on me, throwing under the leg passes, behind the back pass. I'm like, yo, he surely took this job today. Damn, he got me because I couldn't move.
Right.
But the only thing that saved me, Ron, was they had just moved the line back overseas from, it was like 1 foot from the high school 3. They moved it back to the college 3 now, the way the college 3 is. And I was the only one on the team that can shoot that 3. I can really shoot it from there. So the coach really wanted me still. They called me in the office after work. They had all 3 point guards sit outside the door and they said, Chris, we want to talk to you first. Brought me in the office. I still got this book bag still to this day just for memories. I had my book bag on. So this book bag, I used to always wear my book bag and sit on my book bag in the seats. Now I had that same book bag from college. Called me in the office and said, hey, look, the job is yours. but we want you to lose your American attitude. Listen to what I'm telling you. He said, we need
Right.
you to lose your American attitude and we got to cut your pay because our big man, Terrell Blair, they found out on his physical something was wrong with his knee.
Ooh.
So that means they had to go back in the market and get another big, which that would cost more money, and they had to buy Terrell Blair out of his deal. So they wanted to cut my pay.
Wow.
So check it, Ron. I'm sitting there, I'm like, nah. All I'm thinking about, I got a lady at home, she's pregnant, and my wife at the time is pregnant. I don't want her working.
Right.
And I got Mikel at home with her. I said, no, I can't do it. So they called my agent. Her name is Iska. Iska told them to give me the phone. I walk out the door. She's like, Chris, I promise you, if you take this deal, the way your style of play is, you're gonna make a lot of money in Europe because this is a first division job, and I believe you're gonna work your way up to being a high level European player in Europe. I'm like, nah, I'm not taking no pay cut. The reason why I wasn't, fellas, I realized that European basketball and overseas basketball wasn't for me.
Right.
I couldn't stand and gut the feeling of not seeing my lady every day and seeing my son every day. And I've always said that I wanted to be at every one of my births of my kids. That was very, very, very important to me. So I go in there and I tell them all of this. Hey, man, my wife pregnant, boom, boom, boom. My lady does, boom, boom. They're like, look, we'll fly you home to see the baby born. We'll fly you back. When the baby is old enough to fly over, we'll get you an apartment to come over here and stay with your wife. They can come over here and stay. And I complain about the food. Every time they brought up, so I said, the food is bad. They said, we'll let you pick which restaurant you want to eat at every day. I said, I don't like the apartment. We'll let you choose your apartment. They were trying to do everything to keep me, but I knew I did not want to play for this Serbian coach. And I knew I wanted to go home. Which fast forward to, they said, okay, he don't want to stay. He don't want to stay. He don't want the contract. Okay, he has to be out of the apartment tonight. He got to find his own way to the airport, and he has to get his own ticket home.
Are you serious like that?
They kicked me out of the apartment immediately. Mind you, fellas, it's nighttime in Craiova.
Yeah.
Only thing that saved me, Ron, Terrell Blair was leaving the same night, and he knew how to catch the train to the airport.
Right. Wow.
So when we caught the train over like at 12 at night, we got to the airport at 5 a.m. in the morning.
Right.
I had booked a flight to fly back to Turkey because I knew once I said I went playing at Craiova, I knew that my basketball playing days was over.
Wow.
This is it.
Wow.
So I went back. I stayed in Turkey for 2 weeks with Boosie. Damn near cried every day, fellas. Every day. Because basketball had given me everything that I had in life at that moment.
Right. Right.
And said, this is it. And Boosie used to ask me every day, son, are you really done? I said, son, I'm done. Done. He took me to the airport, asked me again when we got in the airport, son, you really done? Son, it's over. Yeah. Went home. When I came home, I became an agent because I had made some great relationships over in Europe, in Turkey and Craiova. And one of the coaches on Boosie team ended up getting a big time job at Karşıyaka. I ended up getting a big time player named Alade Aminu, which is Al-Farouq Aminu's brother. Remember Al-Farouq that played in the NBA?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I ended up getting him. He had a great year in France. I ended up getting him. I signed him to Karşıyaka for $300K. That was my first big deal. Then I got Rashard Anderson. Remember Rashard Anderson played at Connecticut?
Connecticut, right.
I signed him in Iran for $400K.
Wow. Really?
So I jumped out the gate and became an agent. And I jumped out the gate with big time clients because at the time you got to think $300K back then is like $600,000 now. You do 10% on that because you get 10% of those from the team. The team pay you 10%.
Teams as well, right?
And I had to start getting those deals done. I became an agent. So from 2010 to 2015, I was an agent. So I used to fly over to Europe for 10 days out of the year to visit clients. Man, at my height of this thing, man, and I had them when I got my license, I was a young black dude that had these big time clients. I had Kennedy Winston, Rashard Anderson, Rayshawn Terry, Kevin Pinkney, who played in the NBA. I did Angus Zurich deal. I did Anthony Roberson deal, Dante Green deal, Alade Aminu, Antoine Wright. So I was doing
some big names there, yeah.
Dude, I was doing all these dudes' deals. And at the height of it, I was making six figures doing it. This is in 2013, 14, 15. My wife wasn't working. We moved from Tallahassee to Texas for a year. 2012, we moved to Texas for a year when my daughter was born. 2013, we moved to Orlando.
Right.
July. and I was an agent. My wife wasn't working. Once my daughter was born, my wife never had a job since.
Mm.
And I
That's
was doing all
blessings,
that.
brother. That's blessings for real.
Man, and it was just hustling, man. And I was an agent. I was getting to it, man. And what got me into the training was my last year going over to Bambit. A lot of had moved to Bambit. I had took him from Karsheka to Italy. Italy's style of ball was totally different from Turkey. A lot of plays was very good in Turkey, but Italy's style of ball is just totally different. And I moved him back to Turkey to Banvit. So now it's time for me to go over there and visit him. I want to go visit him, see his wife. They just had a baby girl. I go over there to visit him. I go visit him. I go visit Alade. I go visit Kevin Pinkney. Kevin Pinkney is in Dubai, and I stopped in France to go visit some guys. So when I finish from Dubai, I go back to Turkey. I'm in Turkey, fellas, and this is how it all got started with the trainer.
Mm.
I Skype my wife and Mikel. Mikel hops on and he goes, "Dad, where are you at?" I say, "Dad, buddy, I'm in Turkey. I'll be home in 2 days. I'm on the back end of my trip." He goes, "Dad, I hate when you're gone because I really want to play basketball and I want you to teach me how to play." So now,
Wow.
fellas, here gonna pride myself on being there for everything. I didn't want nobody else to teach. I didn't want to hire another trainer because I knew that I didn't have that trainer, and I knew that my hands-on experience was going to be the most important thing for him in the long run.
Right.
So, fellas,
Right.
when I got off that call with him,
Mm.
I sat in that hotel. I'm in Banvit. Banvit is across the water from Turkey. You got to catch a ferry to get back, not from Turkey, from Istanbul. To fly to Istanbul, I got to catch a ferry across the body of water to get back connected to the airport.
Right.
I stayed in that hotel for the next 48 hours. I didn't even leave out the room. I ordered room service because I was contemplating if I quit this agency stuff and go full time with Mikel in basketball and training him, where are we going to make the money at?
Right.
Where's the money? How I'm going to make money? How I'm going to
Right.
provide for the family? And I made my mind up then, fellas. This is 2015. I made my mind up then. I'm done.
Mhm.
I'm done.
Yeah.
No one is going to teach my son. I got this call. Going to teach my son how to play like I will.
Right. Right.
So my mind was made up within those 48 hours. Here we go. I'm back in Turkey again, making life-changing decisions.
Decisions. Right.
Because I made the
Something
same
about that turkey,
decision.
bro.
Something about Turkey. And Turkey to this day has a special place with me because I love the people there.
Right.
And I made the biggest decisions of my life during those times in Turkey. I get back. After I made my mind up, Ron, fellas,
Mm.
I lost my 3 biggest clients within 2 weeks of itself.
Wow. Wow.
And you talk about fate and the Most High and how strong your mind is when you start speaking things into existence.
Mm.
Facts. Facts.
I lost my
Facts.
3 biggest clients that forced me out of the game.
Mm.
My 3 biggest clients, bro, was making me 75% of my money.
Wow. And look at this.
So losing them,
Yeah.
Ron, and fellas, I'm probably answering multiple questions at the same time.
It's okay.
But losing them made me say, this gotta be what I'm doing. And this gotta be the fate, and this gotta be the Most High telling me this is the direction you need to go.
Yeah, and
Just-
you know what? You know what's crazy? It took Mikel, your son, to bring it to your attention, brother. That's crazy.
And my high school coach used to tell me this. I'm finna get the MVP award at the banquet. And he was like, if this kid is not playing professionally or in the NBA, I see him being a coach.
Right.
And I looked at my pops and I go, "Pops," and I cursed. I was like, "Pops, I don't know. He must be finna get that award to somebody else because I ain't gonna be no damn coach."
Right.
You know what I mean? So
Right.
I go back in 2013, my high school coach, and I need to call him, my high school coach is coaching my niece in middle school.
Wow.
I walk in with a nice proper shirt, with my long collar shirt, with my nice slacks on, with some nice hard bottom shoes, looking professional because I'm an agent now.
Right.
And
Right.
he a bow-legged dude, and he goes, short dude. He goes, "CB, what you doing now?" I said, "Coach, I'm an agent." He walks down, fellas, he walks all the way down the court still coaching. He yelled from down there, "CB, you're a coach. You're no agent. You're a coach." "Nah, coach. Nah, coach. Nah, man. Nah, coach. You got me messed up, coach. I'm an agent. That's what I do. I'm an agent, coach." He was
Right.
telling me he had spoke that on me in 2003 when I came out of high school. In 2013, he reminded me 10 years later.
Wow.
2 more years later, I finally decided that I'm going full-time into development and coaching. young players, young kids, young men, young ladies. So when I started, think about it, let me show you how this thing worked, man. 2013, we moved into Orlando, July 2013. 2015, I decided to give it up, right? When I gave it up, we end up going through very hard financial times. Very hard. To the point we got evicted. Evicted, car repo.
Right.
Right? And when we moved, this is going, I'm giving you an exclusive because this is something that's going to go in a Netflix movie or it's going to be in a book. When we moved in 2013, we wasn't really good with we weren't really good with our money, Ron. So we had every subscription to all the fucking theme parks.
Wow.
Mind you, the wife don't work. We traveling. We done bought a new vehicle. We got 2 vehicles. When you get that lump sum money from Europe, it's a lump sum. You're not thinking that you got to spread that money out.
Spread it out. Yeah. Yeah.
Because this is a lump sum here. You're going to get another lump sum here. You're probably only getting it 2 or 3 times. You spending it like you getting $40,000, $50,000 a month.
Right.
2013, we go through the hard. 2013, when we moved here, we went through some hardships then.
Right.
Right? Because we moved here and I was dependent on them to send me my last check from Turkey from a deal with Aladi. But they was holding my last check because they wanted Aladi to sign back to the same team. He didn't want to sign back there. So we drugged them out and we started going to arbitration with them because they owe him money and they owe me the agent fee.
Right.
So when you go to arbitration, with those teams over there, you got to pay not only your own court costs, but you got to pay their court costs too.
Rents as well. Yep, you sure
So
do.
they're trying to drown you out.
Mm-hmm.
We moved here with no furniture in 2013.
Wow.
Only thing we had was my daughter bassinet bed and our TV and our clothes.
Right, right.
So my daughter used to sleep on her bed. Mikel and Zach slept on one side with their head, and me and my wife slept on the other side with our head. We did that, Ron, from July 2013 to November 2013.
Really?
Check it, Ron. Mikel's shoes too small for him. He had outgrown his shoes.
Right.
Light bill about $1,000. Phone bill $2,000-$3,000. Car, they trying to repossess the cars. We used to hide them in the garage to make sure that they didn't take them. Because I knew I had a big check coming. My birthday was a Friday, and November 21st, 2013. And I'm like, oh shit, it's my birthday. Turned 30 that day.
Right.
And I was like, damn, man, I got to get life insurance. I got to get myself together. Because I'm still working, getting deals done. Something told me to check my account. I checked my account, 20,000 had got deposited.
Grace of God, brother.
Grace of God. So that was the year I made the most money that I made in the agency. 2013.
Right.
2013, 2014. Well over 6 figures, right? We fucked it off, right? We fucked it off. Come 2015, I stopped doing it, lost the clients, we get evicted. Fellas, we get evicted, and we found an apartment complex that had a 24-hour access basketball gym. Ron, I think you brought your son there.
Yeah,
You brought
it
us
right
there.
You
remember we used to work out there too? You came and worked out. Remember that?
You don't remember?
Yes.
I remember going.
That was the gym that we moved in after we got evicted from the townhome.
Right. Wow. Who knew?
So no one knew what we was going through. When Kel was in 6th grade, they had a bomb threat at his middle school.
What school was that?
Timber Springs, babe. Timber Springs. What was school that Mikel had a bomb threat? Timber Springs. It was a brand new middle school.
What?
Had a bomb threat at 6th grade, 2nd semester, fellas.
Oh my God.
We couldn't get in contact with him. So we nervous.
Yeah.
We nervous. And the moment we got in contact with, I told my wife, you only get one chance to scare me. He's going to get homeschooled. We homeschooled him, which made him have to start over the whole semester. He was in the middle of the 2nd semester. So he had to start the whole semester over when she enrolled in homeschool.
Right.
Which pushed him behind.
Right.
And I started training him 3 times a day. Ron, I started training him 3 times a day since he was homeschooled. My wife homeschooled him. I trained him 3 times a day from that time. So when y'all started coming around, y'all seeing Kel how skilled he is. But I was training him 3 times. I started training him 3 times a day.
Yeah. We started paying attention.
So you feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how I end up getting into the training part of the business. And I found that, and here's the crazy thing. Of course, I didn't make the amount of money in training that I was making doing the agency, but it felt like it was substantially more because I was doing what I loved.
Love doing.
I loved doing it. So it felt like every dollar that came in, I was appreciating that dollar.
Right.
But when I was In the agency, I wasn't driven by the love. I was driven by the amount of money that can be made.
Right.
Which made it, no dollar amount was ever going to satisfy me.
Right.
But I was making maybe at the time a third of what I was making doing the agency. But I felt like I was making more than what I was
Yeah, because
doing.
now you changing lives now.
I'm changing lives, and I'm doing what I love. I'm around people like yourself. I can shuck and jive
Right.
and laugh and joke, teach these young men, and see when you teach them something and they get it and their eyes light up like, Coach, man, this really works. That was the passion. So to answer your question, that's how I got into it.
That's how you get into it.
So let me we gonna go to the next question. But like, so when you started getting into the coach to the coaching and you know, the training and stuff, right? Like, what are some of the gems that you used to tell like some of your parents that used to come, you know, bring their kids wanting to be coached by you and trained by you to try to get to the next level? You know what I mean?
One of my
Like,
biggest things is one, obviously everybody said, but you got to trust the process, and this shit don't happen overnight.
right.
It's not going to happen
Mm.
overnight. Trusting the process is not going to happen overnight. And skill pays the bills.
Right. Okay.
Skill, feel, having skill, feel, understanding reads, understanding how to react off those
Right.
reads was big for me. I actually, the cheat code that I had, fellas, was being overseas and seeing the direction that the NBA was going, because the NBA is a copycat league. I always remember
Sure.
that.
Oh my gosh.
It's a
Right.
copycat league, right? And I knew that. I knew
Mm.
Boost used to tell me, son, if you're gonna do this, remember it's a copycat game. What's going over here in Europe, because they want more Europeans in the game, you got to study the European game, because the
Yeah.
European game is going to be the NBA game soon.
Sure
And I
is.
was ahead of the curve with that. See, everybody thought it was, oh, I'll
Yeah.
play one-on-one. I knew pick and roll, and being able to make reads, more particularly at the guard position, was the most important thing that you can teach a young guard early on, because I seen the
Right.
direction of the league.
Right.
And I knew they was getting away from this ISO one guy. You remember back then when we were playing, Ron, a small forward was 6'8".
6'8". Yeah.
A shooting guard was 6'6" to 6'7".
Yeah.
Mhm.
A
Exactly.
power forward was 6'10" to 7 feet almost.
Mm-hmm.
Your point guard was 6'3" to 6'5". But I seen how the European game was going. And I remember seeing Milos Theodosic,
Right.
who played for the Clippers one time. And
Oh
when I
yeah.
seen him play against Boosie when he was playing for the Olympiacos, I said, that guy's the best passer I ever seen. And the way he was making reads, I was like, this guy's unbelievable. And I watched the game. I seen how the game was going. So my training was always off of that, of being
of that.
ahead of the curve. Everybody else is just now starting to catch up.
Right.
I knew then it wasn't
Right.
going to be about no one-on-one basketball, Ron. Can you
Yeah.
make reads? Can you play with
Mhm.
others? Can you play
Others.
out of space, pace, feel, reads, and reacts?
Exactly. And
So
that's where the game is at.
that's where the game is at.
It is.
That's where the
It
game is
really
at.
is.
So that's where I was at with it. And so my gym was my biggest thing that I wanted parents I wanted to make it so boring. We might do the same thing for a whole hour, just to see if you mentally can go somewhere else during the process. That's what make pros. That's what make the elite ones. You
Listen,
you go
you
through
hitting it on the head, man. It's the boring stuff that gets you where you gotta go.
That's true.
and my
Facts.
biggest separator was, if I can get you to mentally go somewhere else doing this boredom, that I'm gonna make. I wanted you to say you didn't really like training with me, because I only wanted the few that was gonna be passionate enough to say I'm gonna stick with this dude because I know it's getting me better. And I fed off the energy of these young men that came in every day and was just a sponge and hungry to get it. I never wanted all the clients. I didn't care about that. I never wanted to be the client that the trainer that everybody felt like was the popular guy to go to. Because it
Right.
wasn't about money for me. It was about the driven love and the love and passion to teach these young men. And I knew if you stuck with me, you'll be able to play elite level basketball long as everything lined up as far as genetics and your passion for it.
Right.
So that's what it was. That's what it was, Ron. That's what I would tell them. And it was very few that can kind of stick through the process with me during that time.
Right.
And obviously with my own kid, it was easy. Like, we doing this every day. That's all my dad do. This is what, and you see how this stuff started to pan out a little bit. You know what I
yeah.
mean? So that's what it was.
Nah, that's
Okay.
what's up.
Definitely,
That's what's up.
great to hear that. Okay, all right, we're gonna jump to our fourth segment here: fatherhood and developing elite talent. So, as a father to an elite college level player, how has that journey been for you personally, and what are some of the key principles you followed while developing your child?
The first key principle was stick to the plan.
Mm.
Stick to the plan. Shit's gonna get rocky. It's gonna be stormy days. The boat's gonna rock. It's gonna get some water. Some water's gonna get in the boat. It's gonna feel like sinking some days. It's gonna feel like you're drowning. The water's gonna get murky. But see, my vision was never with my eyes. My vision came from the Most High. My vision was always in here.
Right.
So vision wasn't all. It was never about what I seen with my physical eyes. I know the Most High gave me a vision, not only for my kid, but for my family.
Right.
And I wasn't going to waver on that. But there was no wavering in me. And the great thing is my kid trusts me. You seen how rough and how tough I was on her. But what people didn't see was the amount of conversations that we had in the car ride. The amount of like his attention to me, how much he really looked at me and respected everything that I said. People didn't see that. People thought I was just, man, this kid, this dude is just too tough on him. But they don't know that my boys love to be up under me. Like literally lay and sleep. I used to kiss my boys in the mouth till they turned 5.
Facts.
Like, you feel what I'm saying? These was there. And you know what? We take it back, RB3, we take it back a little bit, right? Remember how I said I pride myself on everything, of being at everything? My senior year, I had this African coach named Dr. Newby. I mean, the African algebra teacher named Dr. Newby.
Okay.
I used to bring Kel to class with me all the time. And I used to sit at the back of the class. And fellas, I knew I was failing that class. And he knew I was failing that class. So I end up, when I'm finna drive back to take my exam, because once the season was over, I used to go home and do my classes. Like I get all my schoolwork, go home, then come back. So there's one particular day I'm going back to take my final exam, my algebra final exam. I'm failing the class. I'm finna go in there. I know I'm finna flunk this shit too, right? Fellas, I'm on the highway and I fell asleep behind the wheel. This is on I-10. And if you know anything about I-10 from that stretch of Tallahassee to West Florida, Pensacola, it's nothing but trees.
Facts. I know that road also
It's
well.
nothing but trees. And it's 7 a.m. in the morning. My wife was coaching volleyball for this volleyball program. She was finna drive to Orlando, so we switched vehicles. I gave her the Altima. She gave me the Saturn. The Saturn got no radio in it. So 7 a.m., you got to think, driving 3 hours, 7 a.m. in the morning with no radio on a road with nothing but trees, Ron Brown. RB, right? Mikel's sleeping in the back. I fell asleep at the wheel. I woke up. When I woke up, I was drifting towards this 18-wheeler that was right beside me. I pulled the wheel away from the 18-wheeler. The car got to wobbling side to side, and the wheel locked right. When it locked right, I went across the median onto the other side of the highway. Luckily, it was so early in the morning, fellas, that it was nobody else on the road. But it was probably, I seen these cars, they probably about a half a mile down the road. We hit a tree on the other side of the highway.
Wow.
And I shouted my middle finger. Kel had nothing happen to him. He woke up with a smile. The lady that seen it happen to us, she stopped. She said, I seen this happen like a half a mile down the road. She called the ambulance on the way there and got us out of the vehicle. The airbag shot up my middle finger. Still can't make a fist to this day, full fist. I had to get pins shot in my finger.
Wow.
Once I got the surgery, I had already called Dr. Nubian and told him, hey man, I had to get surgery on my hand. I had to go straight. Once they went and did the x-ray, they said, you got to get surgery immediately. So I had to go get surgery on my hand. My wife, Maya, at the time was working at this sports orthopedic spot that they got me in immediately up under the same doctor that she worked up on. I had to get my hands, I had to get pins shot in my finger. I go back to take my test with Kel again on this highway. And we get there and he see me and he go, that's your boy? I said, yes. He said, I see you bring him to class. You brought him to class all the time. And you sit in the back. He said, I tell you what, if you promise me that you're going to take your boy everywhere you go, when your feet hit the ground, your boy feet hit the ground. You take him everywhere you go. He need to be right beside you everywhere you go. You can write on the back of this test whatever grade you want. I know you're flunking my class, but write on the back of this test whatever grade you want, and I give you that grade. Only if you promise it to me. I looked at him, I promised. I wrote on the back of that test, I want a B+. When them grades came out, he gave me a B+.
Wow.
So we fast forwarded now to when everybody seen me, how hard I was on my kid. When everybody seen how I jacks him up, how I do my boys. But nobody seen that I took my boys everywhere with me. Nobody seen conversations in the car. Nobody's seen the amount of love and hugging and the wrestling. Me and him just got finished wrestling today. We just got finished wrestling. But nobody sees that stuff.
Right.
So during the process of teaching him, he believes in every single thing that I say.
Right.
So I knew that I had to make sure what I brought to him and my youngest son and my daughter, it has to be in the purest of form.
Right.
Because they take what I say verbatim into the heart.
Right.
Because I'm there. See, the word that nobody really emphasize enough is THERE. I'm there.
I'm there.
I'm there. So therefore, during that process of teaching Kel all of this, I can play. And I was really fucking good. And that was without training. And I knew the guidance that he needed. I knew where I lacked at. And I knew that I had a chance to perfect my imperfections through them.
Right.
And that's when you get kids, you get an opportunity to perfect yourself through them. People call it living vicariously through them. No, it's not that. But if you want to call it that, who gives a shit? But I got an opportunity to perfect my imperfections 3 times. And that's the blessing from the Most High in and of itself, right?
Wow.
So just how you made RB3 a better version of you, Ron.
That's right.
It's the same thing. You made a better version with Isaiah. You made a better version with AJ.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing, and that's what I
Yeah.
believe in. So when it came to teaching him, I was gonna give him the purest form of teaching and teaching him how to play the game the right way. One thing you always gonna say when you watch Mikel play, you always say, "Man, he played the game the right way."
Right.
And see, sometimes the right way in the wrong environment looks like you're not that good.
That is facts. That is so much. That is so
The
true.
wrong environment to make the right way look like that kid don't know what he's doing, don't know how to play.
That's
I
true.
understood that.
Yeah.
And I believe in the most important ability in the world is accountability.
Yep.
So I held him accountable. Rode his ass. Accountability. It's your fault. Point guards get all of the blame and none of the credit. Point guards get all of the blame and none of the credit. Point guards
Even
get
if
all
it
of the
isn't
blame and
his
none of the
fault, it's
credit.
still your fault.
It's
Because
still
you're that
your
point guard.
fault.
You're an extension
Still
of the
your
coach
fault.
on the floor.
Absolutely. And we just stuck to that shit. Stick to the plan. Skills pay the bills.
That's right.
Skills pay the bills. Stick to the plan. Don't worry about all of this shit, these naysayers that's coming. They coming. We need it. We got to have it. It's a must because it adds logs of fire to my furnace and to yours. And my shit burn hot. My furnace burn hot, so I need it. I look online sometimes, Ron, RB, and brother, man. I'm looking for the negativity. I need to see it. I gotta see it.
Hey, listen, if you don't see the negativity, then you're doing something wrong, bro.
Yeah.
Don't praise us. I don't want you to praise us. I want to walk in the gym and look at you like I don't want to shake your hand.
Exactly.
Mm.
You know,
You gotta make me. Hey, it was a dude came up to me this past weekend. He came from afar with his hand like this, fellas, trying to come give me a handshake, and I had it like this the whole time. That motherfucker made me shake his hand. Give me a handshake because I wanted to not like him.
Right.
I want to not like you. I want you to say that we're not that good. I want you to say that you think you're better because that's the feud. King, that was
You
the
over
feud.
here killing my questions, man, because listen, that was gonna be my question to you.
All the questions.
For sure.
Listen, this is also because everything you're saying is set up with how we was gonna ask the questions and stuff, right? But like you're hitting on the head, man, because you and I, I don't know if you realize this or not, you and I got a lot in similar, our characters are alike. A lot. You know what I mean?
Hey, your last name Brown, baby.
Facts.
Come on,
You
man.
know what I mean? Like,
hey, you know what they used to say, man? Ron Brown crazy, man. Chris Brown crazy.
Yeah, like
you're fucking right.
But you know who I'm gonna give props to, and I gotta give big ups to Darius D-Wash D1. You know what I mean? Because he was the only man to come to my face and say, "Hey, look, you keep doing what you're doing. I don't care what anybody say, how crazy or how some of the decisions you make, whatever it is, you stay to what you're doing because you know what, Ron, it works. You know what I mean for your family. You know what I mean? And Chris, I'm saying that to you, brother. I can't. Yo, dude, I don't know if you remember this. I seen you at the big house. They gave you a hug, and I said to you, bro,
Yeah.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
I'm proud of you, bro.
Yeah.
Because you're doing big things, man. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? You're doing
it's
big things, brother,
it.
and not too many brothers are doing that. And then just to hear the negative stuff, bro. Like yo, you beating all the odds, homie.
You know,
Real
Ron,
talk, real
it's
talk.
it's
You know what I
it's
mean? So just keep doing it, brother. And I'm glad you said that what you said because yo, a lot of dudes that like us, we get the short end of the stick. You know what I mean? I'm just more of a quiet dude. I just lay back. I don't usually stay around people that got that negative vibe. You know what I mean? So that's why I just go do my own thing. So when I look at my circle and there's really no circle around me, you,
man, man,
you know what I mean?
man.
Yeah.
Leading to that, I knew, fellas, don't. I didn't question it for 1 second. I never questioned it of what
Yeah.
my kid or what my youngest son is gonna be and what my daughter's gonna be.
Gonna be.
I never,
Exactly.
I never questioned it one time. I didn't care what they say. Don't get me wrong. Did some days it pissed me off?
Oh
Absolutely.
yeah.
Absolutely. You know what I mean? Because I think what happens is people start to question your character.
Mm-hmm.
When you question my character because I'm doing what I feel like is best for mine,
Yep.
that's when it becomes the issue. But I
Facts.
never, ever wavered of what the plan was.
Exactly.
I never wavered.
Exactly.
And it's still the same plan. The shit's still going on. But see, here's
Yeah.
the crazy thing. I'm telling you, I'm giving you this real exclusive. And when you hit me, at first I was like, I don't really want to talk about it. I was like, but Ron Brown, my man. And he always been
Yeah, I
genuine.
appreciate you.
He's always been genuine. Remember the day that I told you that we was leaving OCP? And you was like, bro, you really leaving? And you was like, bro, you know what? I respect it. You know what? I respect it. And from that day, I was like, you know what? I fuck with Ron. Fuck with Ron. So when Mikel was in 7th grade, and Kel used to come watch me play pickup all the time at Econ. And Kel, remember how I used to get on him so much, Ron? He used to cry in the huddles.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Used to cry in the huddles, but he'll cry and go out. And now he's going crazy when he get out there because he's pissed at me.
Right.
And I used to try to trigger him to be pissed at everybody else. But if he gets pissed at me, that red motherfucker's finna go off.
Right.
He's going off. You can bet your bottom dollar. I don't care who's on the court. So this one particular day, I'm leaving the gym, bro. I remember it's on Monday, bro. And I was on Curry Ford, on the intersection of Curry Ford and Dean. Kels used to sit in the front seat in my Impala, and he's reading his book. And he goes, Daddy, if I go to the NBA out of high school, I don't have to go to college? And me knowing that he got to go to college anyway.
Right.
I was like, nah, buddy, you don't. He go back and he started bouncing his head. He goes, I said, let me tell you something, man. If you stop crying when I get on your ass, you lock in with me. You give me your undivided attention. You believe in everything that I say. I said, in 5 years, by the time you turn 18, I'll turn you into a millionaire. You do whatever you want to do with your money. He looked at me and he go, okay. Last year we were riding down, fellas, and I don't usually get into these type of talks, but it gives me chills and it's a testimony.
Sir.
Last year we riding down 95 coming from DME and he's driving. And something told me, mind you, but he's still 18 at the time. It's February, he's still 18. And mind you, I was just randomly like, man, let me look up all these contractual stuff that he has, NIL deals and all of this stuff, right? That he has in high school and the money that he's made in high school. And I showed it to him. I said, did I lie to you? He looked at it and looked back at me and said, you didn't. I said, now my next deal that I make with you is going to feel like it's going to cost you your life. My next 5-year deal that I make with you is going to feel like it's going to cost you everything in your soul. But if you stick to it, you make generational money for your kids. If you stick to it, I ain't say make money for me.
Right.
I ain't say make money for my wife.
Right.
I said your kids. Because at this moment, at your age, I'm not thinking about you. I'm thinking about my lineage, my kids that's going to bear my name.
That's right. That's right.
If you stick to it, let's send them a 5-year plan. We on another 5-year plans, fellas.
Okay.
That's right.
We on another 5-year plan. And that is what, because let me tell you something about 5 years, fellas. That shit go by so fast. Like it go by so fast. I think Zay finna be a junior in college next year. AJ would have been a senior this year.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying, Ron? Like, think about this, how fast it go by. My grandmother told me something when I was young. Hey, son, it takes 5 years to make life even. It take another 5 to get over the hump.
Over the hump. That's right.
That's a 10-year plan.
It is.
In 2013, we moved here. In July in 2013, we moved here. No money struggles. Eviction. 2023 July, Mikel signed to play in OTE.
That's right. He did. He sure did. 10 years. Wow. He did.
It's 10 years.
Yeah.
And everybody questioned. And it wasn't for the money. I went there for the basketball thing. The thing is, they lied when we got there how serious they are about basketball. We wouldn't have left.
Right.
We didn't leave because the amount of money he left on the table, Ron, if I
Right.
said it, you'd be like, how did you leave that money? But I had another vision for him.
Right.
So during that time when we was in negotiating with them for his second year, I had to say, this is a non-negotiable. These are the non-negotiables. And this is our can't say no number.
Right. Right.
They became an asshole about it. Well, guess what, man? We'll leave the rest of that money on the table. We don't care. I have a vision for my son anyway.
Right. Exactly. And that's the thing. I think everybody think that we tied down because of the money. You know, nah. Listen,
Bro,
it's gonna come, and that's what
it
a lot
was
of
coming
parents gotta
anyway.
understand, that it's gonna come. They just gotta trust the process.
It was coming anyway, Ron. I knew when people used to try to get me to waiver, I knew I had a dude or the dude, right?
Right.
I knew that. I
Right.
know what sleeps in my house. Ron, you know what sleeps in your house.
In fact, I sure do. And I bet my last dollar on them if I had to.
Man,
You know what I
man,
mean? People
and
just don't know.
people don't have a clue. I know what sleeps in my house, and my house always feels incomplete when all of us are not in the house.
Listen, I'm stuck in the boys' room now, which is my little office. Yo, dude, I don't like it.
It don't
Real
feel
talk.
good. It don't feel good. I
The
didn't get
baby
gray
girl in
hair.
Illinois, like, yo, what's going on here?
Fellas, I didn't get gray hair until he went to Sunrise.
Mm.
Because that was the first time I was away from him, and it was the most important years realistically because you 15, 16, you're going through that man stage, and I'm not there to show you how to do the thing when you're doing the thing, whatever you got doing with that thing.
Right.
Right?
Oh, yeah.
So I wasn't there for those man conversations. You had to learn from your teammates.
Right.
I don't know how you getting treated by the adults. So it was the hardest year at the moment. It was just the hardest year at the moment that I've ever been to and started getting gray hair.
Right.
So all those times it built up to these moments, but it was like when people say, man, what did you do? I just never wavered, man. I just never wavered, bro.
Yeah.
You couldn't shake me. You couldn't shake me, man. Like,
Nah.
of course, now here's the only thing that I say, if I can go back and do it. In hindsight, it's 2020, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would have coached him throughout high school.
Mm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Because every time he
yeah.
came back to me, fellas, I had to reprogram him on the way that I told him how to play.
Right. Right.
Reprogram, get him back to his field, get him back to his understanding his reads, getting him back to this. Because everybody I took him to, they lied to me on how they were going to use him.
Right.
Listen, Ron, everybody,
Oh, yeah.
not one, but all of them.
Right.
Lied.
Right.
And only time you seen Kel actually be free was that last year. I said, all right, I'm going to coach you. Then you started to see the Kel that we all kind of remember. This kid can put it in the baskets, kid make reads, 50-point games, 40-point games. And people like, man, like the scouts start saying, we didn't know he could score it like that. I knew he could. You didn't because everybody else just put him in a box.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and the worst thing you can do with these young men that's inspiring them to be great is to put their mental in a box. When you start to put their mental in a box and saying, this is who you are and this is the role I want you to play, it kills their creativity.
Right.
And you need creativity, and mental freedom is the key to hitting the highest levels of this game or of their game. So that's why, I said I'm a coach this last year. But next question, man, because fellas, I can go forever on this, man.
Well, I want to stay on that for real quick. I don't know if you've seen the clip that's been going on with Reese when he mentioned that, we got to be careful who's recruiting your kid. I don't know if you've seen that. He said something to the effect that, if the coach is recruiting you, not saying something to the head coach while he's on the floor. You know what I mean? I got a lot of hits on that. I want to get your what do you think? Like, I thought it was a great gem, bro, because it's true. Because why would I want my kid to, go somewhere and the coach don't even got the head coach's ear?
He ain't got no influence on the head coach, right?
Right.
Damn, I know you're going to put this clip out there.
Well, nah.
I want you to.
Don't put yourself out there, brother.
But I'm a very transparent guy.
I know where you at, so I don't want you to put yourself out there,
I'm a very transparent guy.
I know you are, but I'm just saying, just know your future's still there. You know what I mean? You still got things you got to work on.
I always say,
just remember that
the Most High is in control. The Most High is in control of our future. The Most High knows what the future holds, and I've always just been an honest dude.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'm a straightforward guy. I don't sugarcoat anything. What Reese said is the absolute 1,000, 1,000,000% true.
Mm.
If you get recruited by a coach and you go to a game, he ain't putting no input in on that head coach, he ain't got no influence on the head coach, you better not go to that school.
Mm.
Don't you step foot on that school. Take your visit, because you can get unlimited visit, and it's great food when you're on them visits now.
Facts. The steak dinner. I was gonna say those steak dinners are
Boy, you
good.
gonna get them steak dinners with the lobster, man. I'll be getting the surf and turf.
But
Surf and
yeah,
turf.
man.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Yes, sir.
man, great breakfast. Hey, look, I go to breakfast, I'm ordering pancakes and French toast with
French
everything
toast,
else. Knowing
yeah.
I only gonna take a
I'm
bite
breaking
of
the
one.
bread.
Go and enjoy it.
Yeah.
But you better not take your kid there.
Right.
Don't take your kid there.
Mm.
And they all love you during the process.
Yeah.
And you learn who they really are once you step on campus. Not when you first step on campus, but once that season starts.
Starts. Yep.
Mhm.
Because it's really like, fuck you at that moment.
Exactly.
Soon as
I
the
got you,
season
so-
ends,
Yeah.
they back best friends with you again. Soon as the season ends, they're back friends with you again.
Yep.
Reese dropped the gym when he said that. And see, I look at it like this. I'm always in a position. I never put myself in a position where I feel like I need you.
Right.
I never put myself in a position where I feel like I gotta hold my tongue if I feel like I can't, and I feel like I can't speak the truth.
Right.
No, it ain't nothing that I'm gonna say is gonna affect my kid. It's just telling the truth.
Right.
That what he said, from my experience, is the absolute truth.
Mm.
Mm.
It's the absolute truth. He
Yeah.
dropped that major gem right there, and I hope there's a lot more kids and families are watching and listening and paying attention, taking heed and taking advice from this and taking notes. You go to a fucking place with that assistant coach that recruited you. And the other thing I'm gonna tell you, if the offensive guy is not there to recruit you,
Yes, especially if you're a point guard.
boom,
Especially if you're a point guard.
boom. If the offensive guy ain't there to recruit you, you better watch
Yep.
it.
Yep.
Yeah.
You better watch it.
Especially if you're a point guard.
You better watch
Facts.
it. You better
Facts.
watch it.
Facts.
Stay away.
That's right. Run. Hey, pick
Stay
up
away.
your sneaks and run.
Stay away. So yes,
Oh, yeah.
I'm in 1,000% agreement with that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What you got, Ronald? Let's go.
Okay. So we're just gonna so for young athletes chasing the next level, what are 3 things they must focus on? That's we're getting into the closing area.
3 things they most focus on. Small circle, because that limits how many people get your ear. And see, the amount of influence that happens with these big circles, and you keep it, the more people you keep around you, the more influence opportunity comes. And when those influences come, you don't know what angle those influences are coming from. 9 times out of 10, those influence angles are coming from their perspective and their benefit.
Right.
So that small circle is so important. Your work ethic, your unbelievable work ethic, drive, passion, and hunger to get better every day. More specifically today than any other time, because these sports have been specialized in. So your work ethic. And I would say the last one, 3 most important things, I would say I'm not a religious guy, but having some type of spiritual connection with a higher being or a higher form of yourself or than yourself. So now when things start to get a little rocky, you can always look back or lean on the vision. And like I said to you before, fellas, my vision never was physical, never was something that I can see with my eyes. My vision was always here.
Right.
Because I can only navigate through murky waters here.
Right.
You know what I mean? The water and the turbulence that's going to be on the plane, the turbulence that's going to be during the process of trying to get there is going to be something that everybody's threshold of pain and endurance is not going to be strong enough to deal with.
Right.
Like most people are not built to deal with that and have that type of endurance. I'm very big on having the ability to endure when shit get tough. And most people threshold for pain is very, very small. And you know, where your boys are playing at, Ron, and where my son is played at, you're talking about high major basketball. You're talking about the 1% of the 1%.
Right.
That's special.
It is. It really
And it
is.
take a special group of people around them. It take a special vision, and it takes a special work ethic to get to that point. And all our boys gonna have an opportunity to play professional basketball.
That's right.
And listen, today is more people playing basketball than it was Ron Brown when we were playing.
Oh yeah, sure was.
So the
It sure
competition
is, man.
level
Let
of
me
it, let
tell
me tell
you.
you why the competition level is even harder. Because you got these Europeans that are coming over too now.
Oh yeah.
You got these Latin America players are playing too. You got the Canadians that are playing too. We didn't have to worry about that back then.
Nah, we sure didn't. Not back
So
then.
imagine how tough it is now to make it. As tough as it is to make it, or as tough as it is to stay at the elite of it, it's just as easy to do it because the level of distractions that they have now with the phone, the social media, the amount of money, all the people grabbing at it.
Right.
So
Right.
those would be my three keys, and those would be my three non-negotiables in order to get to the elite level of basketball.
Right. Nah, that's
That's a
solid
got you.
though. I mean, that's solid gems right there though, brother. For real.
So those are
For
my
real.
those are my three, man. And we've linked on our, we call our house the Fab Five. We the Fab Five. You look at my text messages, it's the Fab Five.
Fat Pa.
The Fab Five. Me, my wife, Mikel, my youngest son, my daughter. The greatest gift that Mikel has, the greatest gift that AJ has, the greatest gift that Isaiah has, he don't have jealous brother or sisters.
Sure don't.
Nope.
Sure don't.
That's the greatest
Sure
gift.
don't. Yeah.
The greatest gift Mikel had, his younger brother's not jealous of him, and his sister adores him.
Adores him. Exactly. Yep.
That's the greatest gift that the Browns, that your father has given you, that I've given my household. And your father's with a Puerto Rican, my wife's Puerto Rican.
Hey, listen, we might be brothers somewhere along the line.
Man, come on, man. Come on, man. It don't fall too far now. So
Let me tell
the
you.
greatest gift, and with my wife, she don't get enough credit of.
Mhm.
She never intervened, fellas, when I was on my boy's ass. She never intervened. We
But
have
your
pillow
wife
talk.
your wife plays sports too though, so
She
she
did.
understood.
She understood, but we had pillow talk.
Oh,
Poppy,
yeah.
Poppy, you might have been a little too tough today. Poppy,
Yeah.
you got to do a little bit, Poppy, you got to be a little bit more compassionate in this point. But I'm not trying to tell you how to do it. But just
Right.
think about this. And she don't get enough credit, bro. She don't get
We
enough
never
credit.
do, man. I'm
She
glad you
don't.
said that because I'm gonna have to go tell wifey I appreciate it because of it.
Oh my God, man. Like, she don't get
Right.
enough credit, man, of just allow me to be as crazy as I am.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
seeing me be crazy. Hey, look, let me give you a funny joke. We playing in the Showtime Ballers event 2 weekends ago, and I'm cursing up a fucking storm. And somebody goes, hey, watch your mouth now. I yell back, if that ain't my wife that said that, I ain't listening to shit nobody else said. And I look over to her. It was her saying it. I'm like, oh shit. I'm gonna watch my mouth. I ain't give a shit who else said it.
Hey, but if wifey say, okay,
Yeah,
my
well, if
bad,
she
darling.
said it, man, my bad. All right, babe. All right, man. All right. So yeah, man, I think it's that, man. And it's definitely it's been a crazy journey. It's surreal, fellas.
Yeah.
This is very surreal. I was just laying, so I took a nap before we had to get on the phone. And I was just laying with the wife. I was like, man, this shit is kind of unreal.
It is.
It's unreal, fellas.
It is.
Like, think about it. Kel declared for the draft today.
Yep, I seen it.
And I still don't believe it.
Yep.
I don't
Believe it,
believe it.
brother, because it's here, man.
I know it's here,
Yeah,
man,
it's
but I
here.
still because I still look at him like the little dude that wouldn't let me go nowhere, just hugging on my leg if I walked around. When I try
Oh
to leave
yeah.
the house, Daddy, where you going? I'm going with you. So
Yeah.
it's still it's so surreal. People's like, man, are you gonna cry? I say I ain't gonna cry, man. But shit, thinking about it some days sitting by myself, you damn near shed a tear too. And it's
Yeah.
not about the money. It's not about the finished
No.
product. It's not about the finish line. It's about the journey and what we've been through to get to that
Been
point.
through all those nights where no one seen what we were out there doing and the struggle we had to go through to get there, brother. That's what matters. That's all that
Nobody,
matters. Hey,
nobody's seen.
nah.
Shit, nobody's seen it.
Nobody seen it. You don't have to
Nobody's
listen.
nobody's seen
We'll
it.
talk about that, later. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
yeah,
trust me, dude.
yeah,
I live in Poinciana and I had to get to Orlando. You know what I mean? We
yeah.
worked out at 5 in the morning. So just imagine 5 in the morning in Orlando. That means I was leaving my house at 4 in the morning.
The level of discipline for
Every
them to go to
day.
bed at night,
Yeah.
every day, knowing we finna pop up and get to it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. They don't know the struggle,
Man.
brother.
You know what, man? Man, your son AJ said something to Mikel when they played together his freshman year, and damn it, so it still got me. And I wonder if I still saved that. Probably had an Android phone at the time. And AJ, we lost that game. Remember the first game OCP had lost
Yeah.
in a long time
Yeah.
to
At that
Olympia.
one gym. Yeah.
He texted Mikel tonight because Mikel turned it over for the first time in the game at the end instead of shooting it.
Yeah.
And he gave him so many words of encouragement and took the blame on himself and said, we're following you as our point guard, and we got to do a better job of helping you in those situations. And I was like, this kid is fucking amazing.
Appreciate
AJ
that,
sent
brother.
that to Kel that night. And I think I called you.
You did. I
I
remember
called
that.
you.
You called me
I
about
called you and said, man, this kid is amazing.
it. Yeah.
And just to see, and I'm so happy that they get a chance to play together. Man, you living a dream right now. You're living a dream. You're living a dream.
Listen. It's about the other Brown right now because listen, all of us that been stressing, brother, and working hard, yo, you're gonna be sitting at that table, man. You know what I mean?
It's
That's
it's dope.
listen. I was gonna save it till we got off, but I'm gonna put it out here, man. Again, I am so proud of you and what you have done. You know what I mean? And I've seen his journey. I've seen his ups and his downs. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
again, like I said, I see you and I. It's like sometimes looking
Yeah,
in the mirror.
man.
Sometimes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because
As black
we
men,
got the similar
as
journey.
black men, as
Yeah,
black men, it's okay
yeah,
to give each other a pat on the back. You know
yes,
what I mean?
sir.
Hey man, I know what you went through.
Oh yeah,
Hey man, and I was rooting for you from afar. I was
oh yeah.
sending positive energy
Likewise.
and prayers and hoping it go well for you. And to watch Isaiah become the dependable guy that Florida was looking for this year. You're
Yeah,
But
sure.
definitely, Coach Brown, I really enjoy you listening to that journey that you just stated to us, and also
Yeah, man.
just
Great story.
happy to have you on here.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, for
yeah.
sure,
Yeah.
man.
Nah, man, we love that, brother.
Appreciate you
We
guys
love that.
having me on, man. I'm always, it's very rare that I really open up and have these conversations and these stories, man. But I just know that our journey wasn't just for us.
Right,
Our journey was meant to be shared for the
right.
next inspiring family to see you can do shit your own way,
Mm-hmm.
long as you have unwavering confidence and belief in the vision that the Most High gave you for yourself and your family. And that's why I've always just said, man, I'm just gonna stick to it, even when people thought it wasn't gonna be like this shit ain't gonna work out. Like, yeah, right, man. I started to get to the point like, oh, you must be don't know my name and you must be don't know who backs me.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, you don't know the
Exactly.
power that is that's behind me doing this process.
Exactly.
That's why I don't fear saying anything. And I don't worry about that. I always feel like if you're afraid to say something and you gotta lie, it's because you fear whoever you saying it about or have a fear for something happening to you. I never had that. I never had that. Never worried. And I teach my boys that.
Yep.
Hey man,
Exactly.
we gonna walk with our chest
Head
out
up.
and our
Yep.
head high. And
That's
whatever
right.
bumps we gotta take on the chin, take that shit like a man.
That's right.
Take it like a
That's
man.
right.
So man, I appreciate you guys, man, dearly. Like really appreciate you guys.
Likewise.
You know what I
Definitely,
mean?
Yes,
Being able
definitely.
to
sir.
get
Yes,
on this
sir.
phone with you, man.
This is very inspirational, man. Your
Man,
story is amazing.
man,
I
hey,
Yeah,
just
my
look.
guy Keem up there. He my
This
neighbor
is
upstairs
serious.
right here. You know what I mean? And he got two little ones, well, three little young men that we're gonna be trying to get there. So I'm gonna have to come get him
Yeah.
out there to you at
We're
training,
starting
brother.
working on it.
Anytime. I'm an
Yes,
open
sir.
book. I'm an open book. To like it's to the point that when I see guys like yourself came like, man, I'm now starting this service called the Parent Playbook. I
Okay.
started this thing called the Parent Playbook that's gonna help guide inspiring families and parents with their young men. Like you're gonna have
Right.
one-on-one opportunities with me. I'm starting all of this stuff so I can give the game back.
Mm.
So I can
Right.
give
There
it
you
back.
go.
So man, I'm gonna be doing Zooms. I'm gonna do individual calls, but it's called the Parent Playbook. Look out for it, fellas. Because this experience is like I said, it's not for me. It's not just for our family. It's for others like yourself, Keem, and guys that have kids, and you know what I mean. Like, how do I go about this? And I just want my biggest thing is I want you to believe in the route that you're taking for your shorty.
Hear that, King?
That's it. I just want you to believe in that route, not what the route somebody's saying you have to take to
That's
get
right.
there. And I've always gone against the grain purposely to show you if you believe in what the fuck you got going on, it no matter what they're talking about.
That's right.
It don't
That's
matter,
Gotcha.
right.
man.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that's it, man.
All right. Hey, Ronald, say your saying, brother.
I thought this was definitely a great podcast. Definitely thank you for joining the Off the Bench with Rasi Sports, and just wanted to let everybody know, like and subscribe. Have a great rest of your day.
You
All
too,
right. Like
man.
and subscribe,
You too.
everybody.
For
Like and
sure.
subscribe.
For sure.
move quiet, long stride, eyes locked, I glide. Got purpose in my footsteps, rhythm in my pride. Shadow walk, dust drop, patience in my breath. I don't rush for the win, preparation is the test. My hunger ain't reckless, my focus ain't loud. I study every angle while I'm hidden in the shroud. World think it's random, but I'm plotting every day. Cause a lion never leaps till the moment says okay. I move like a lion in the tall grass, slow, watching every shift in the wind as I grow. Quiet on the surface, but the fire stays lit. I strike with intention when the timing fits. Lying in the tall grass, patient with the chase. Never lose my calm, never move without grace. Every step aligned, every motion on track. King in the making and I'm never looking back. Yeah. Golden main mindset, royalty in tone. Hunting for my future like the kingdom is my own. Silence is a weapon, discipline's the key. I'm carving out my legacy with moves they'll never see. I stalked out, chase truth, feast on elevation. I'm built from resilience and regeneration. A predator, a purpose, I devour every fear. I don't wait for opportunities, I pull them near. I move like a lion in the tall grass, slow, watching every shift in the wind as I grow. Quiet on the surface, but the fire stays lit. I strike with intention when the timing fits. Lying in the tall grass, patient with the chase. Never lose my calm, never move without grace. Every step aligned, every motion on track. King in the making and I'm never looking back. So when the night falls and the doubts try to creep, just know the lion in me never truly sleeps. Vision steady, sharp, destiny in